Right now at 6, thieves steal a big rig, then make their getaway. How they shut down a major interstate and how officers finally slammed on the brakes.
I believe we got tires on both the front and the rear axle.
Plus, in the KGW Solutions project, the local school district that's bucking the trend by putting all students without homes on the path to success.
We realized they needed more than a pair of shoes and a granola bar.
Then a hiker comes face to face with a bear on a popular trail.
And I forgot everything I was supposed to do when you see a bear.
And later, injured and stranded after a crash off a remote mountain road.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing that he would go that far.
How a dog named Blue saved the day.
Thanks for joining us on this Monday. I'm David Molko. We begin at 6 with one person in custody after authorities say they stole a semi-truck tractor that is minus the trailer, rammed 2 sheriff's vehicles, then led police on a chase across state lines with a complete shutdown of I-205 in Vancouver. And that's where we find our Blair Best this evening. So Blair, what are you learning about the people, more than one, who were in that truck?
And David, we're learning that the driver was 39-year-old Jesse Meza Sanchez of Portland. He is now at the Clark County Jail facing a series of charges. But there was also another person with him who has not been charged and was released. But before the two were arrested, there was a standoff that lasted for about an hour along this section of I-205 in Vancouver. But the whole thing started in Oregon, and one deputy was taken to the hospital during the chase. Take a look. Viewer video shows the moment a stolen semi-truck tractor rams into 2 Multnomah County Sheriff vehicles while fleeing from police. This started around 9 Monday morning. 2 people stole this semi-truck tractor. Sheriff deputies found it at Blue Lake in Fairview, and that's when the suspects plowed through the police barricade, sending one deputy to the hospital with minor injuries.
Still, it's a very large vehicle, and when the driver wanted out of our box in that we had, the truck was plenty big enough to push our vehicles out of the way.
The suspects then headed west into Washington. Deputies used spike strips, shredding the tires bare.
And one of the wheels is completely off.
The chase ended in Vancouver in the northbound lanes of I-205 between Mill Plain Boulevard and State Route 500. Deputies are seen here with guns drawn as the suspects barricaded themselves inside, backing up morning traffic for about a half mile and drawing a large crowd.
Well, it's about 11 o'clock. I walked over here from my house on the corner there.
Mostly feel bad, honestly, for the people sitting in the traffic.
Just a bunch of cops, traffic everywhere. Pretty unusual.
Just before noon, deputies arrested the 2 suspects after they surrendered and all lanes reopened. The tractor of the semi with no front tires had to be towed from the scene.
People stealing stuff and then running and not giving up. You know, I don't quite understand the world the way it's going today.
All right, so again, the deputy who was injured is expected to be okay, and there's no word yet on a motive behind all of this. David?
Yeah, still lots of questions. Blair Best in Vancouver this evening. Thank you, Blair. In your headlines, police have released new video of a dangerous driver speeding through the streets of Portland in a stolen car. This was on Friday evening. Police say they learned the suspect had a history of illegal gun possession. Take a look. Officers on the ground kept their distance as a PPV plane watched from the sky. The suspect allegedly stole a Subaru and then drove recklessly, weaving in and out of traffic, nearly hitting several cars and topping out at speeds authorities say of 110 miles an hour. Eventually, he crashed head-on into a cop car on Northeast Knott Street near 16th and then ran on foot, going through several yards before entering a house. Police arrested him with the help of a canine unit. The suspect, 24-year-old Dalton Williams of Beaverton, is now facing a number of felony charges. In Fairview, firefighters are investigating the cause of a fire at a home that was also the site of a deadly blaze 3 years ago. The house on Northeast Interlochen Lane caught fire around 6 this morning. Crews were able to get the flames under control, and there are no reports of any injuries. One person died in a fire at the same address in 2021. Firefighters say they don't know if the people who currently live there are connected to the previous occupants. The first wave of workers received their pink slips at OHSU today. The hospital announced on Friday more than 500 layoffs were coming. The Portland Business Journal is reporting that 142 employees got notice their jobs will be permanently eliminated. This comes as the hospital system restructures under mounting financial trouble and ahead of a planned mega merger with Legacy Health. The laid off workers will remain on OHSU payroll and have benefits for 60 days. And starting July 1st, Oregon's minimum wage is set to increase 50 cents statewide. It's part of an automatic schedule of increases lawmakers set up in 2016. So those making minimum wage in the Portland metro area will go from $15.45 to $15.95 an hour. The standard minimum wage, you see it there, $14.20 to $14.70. And in rural areas, it'll go from $13.20 to $13.70. Matt?
Thanks, David. Boy, what a day we had. It was a great weekend, too. We had some clouds on Saturday. They moved out, and the coast is clear yet again. Temperatures there are in the 60s. Let's move up to the Cascades. Clear up on the mountain, too. The snowpack, of course, is diminishing as we go towards summer. 60 degrees up at 6,000 feet on Mount Hood. So, yeah, it's warm. It's nice. And then finally, in the Willamette Valley, wine country down at Stoller Vineyard, just fantastic, near 80 degrees there. And if you're going to any of these places, staying put in the valley, going up to the Cascades, out to the coast for Father's Day weekend, there's a bit of a challenge on Saturday. That's when we have our best chance of getting rain for the entire week ahead. Sunny, mild days before that. It's going to become windy in the Gorge and Eastern Oregon tomorrow into Wednesday. But a lot of people thinking ahead towards Father's Day weekend, and there will be some rain, but I think it's going to be confined mainly to Saturday. I'll show you why in just a bit. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, except the middle part of the day we get some clouds, but then it'll end sunny. So it's a bit of a cloud sandwich. Clear early, then cloudy, then becoming sunny. Also a 9 o'clock sunset tomorrow for the first time this year. David?
A cloud sandwich. I love it. Thank you, Matt. In the KGW Solutions Project, we're talking about a local school district with a unique solution to improve graduation rates. Now, only about 60% of homeless high school seniors graduated last year in Washington, but in Kelso this weekend, all of them got their diplomas. Thomas Schultz has the story.
Take a walk around a high school, and they all look the same. Students bustling from one class to another. Though dig a little deeper, and you might notice something unexpected. Many have kids who are homeless.
It wasn't easy.
Like Makoa Perez, who moved out of his parents' home last year for his own mental health.
No one ever chooses to struggle as much as they do, I would say.
He works 2 jobs, including double shifts on weekends. His only day off, Friday night after school.
It wasn't easy doing that either.
And he just graduated as class president with a 3.9 GPA, all with the help of an unusual program.
We've kind of dialed in our service model. Really, it's unique to Kelso.
Since 2021, through a levy, Kelso has helped kids district-wide who are homeless or close to it with any problem they're facing.
Well, this is probably a mess because it's lunchtime.
They hand out food, clothes, and an array of goods, and support students in other areas too.
And it just can't just be for school. It's got to be really whole family, whole child care.
Staff help kids prepare for job interviews or even help families find housing.
It's hard. Housing is hard.
Creating stability and keeping kids in Kelso schools.
We realized they needed more than a pair of shoes and a granola bar.
Nancy Baldwin worked with 650 kids who were homeless or close to it this year.
And I know there are many of those kids that I was the only person there for them.
And in the 3 years of the program, all but 2 high school seniors graduated, including all 15 this year.
Do you think this could be achieved in other places?
Definitely could be achieved. Definitely could be achieved. I have no doubt about it.
And program manager Don Iverson says it just takes effort and passionate staff to build relationships with kids and ensure they have a brighter tomorrow.
You know, we could be that impactful culture, that nation that really makes a solution.
A solution which has worked for Perez and more than a dozen other kids at Kelso High School this year. And he has big plans for the future. Now, he plans to go to Washington State and get his master's in business. In Kelso, Thomas Schultz, KGW News.
Oh, big congratulations to all of the graduates there. The KGW Solutions Project is our commitment to highlighting stories just like this. If you know somebody or an organization that's working to solve one of our biggest challenges, you can email us, solutions@kgw.com. You can also check out the latest from the project. It's at kgw.com/solutions. On arts headlines, Portland City Council wants to hear from you as they weigh the future of the Keller Auditorium. You might remember late last month, Council heard the final 3 proposals for the Keller. Option 1, renovate the current auditorium. Option 2, build a new facility at Lloyd Center. Option 3, build a new theater plus hotel and conference center on the Portland State campus. Okay, so from now through July 7th, you can share your thoughts in an online survey. The URL is on the bottom of your screen now at portland.gov. You will not be able to vote on your favorite. It's not a 1, 2, 3, but instead rather answer questions about your priorities and what you'd like to see when it comes to the Keller. We expect Council will make a final decision sometime later this year. All right, probably the last time we're going to talk about the Rose Festival this year, with American and Canadian ships officially leaving town this morning. You can see the Burnside and Steel bridges lifting in the early hours to allow passage down the Willamette as the vessels made their way out to sea. Farewell, and with the festival's end comes the awards from 3 parades. All right, here we go. For most outstanding float in the Grand Floral Parade, Shriners Children's Portland. In the Junior Parade, the Ballet Papalot float. That means Butterfly and Aztec, by the way. They took the big win. And in the Starlight Parade, the Sikh community, that's SIKH, won Best Illumination. We have the full results list on our website, kgw.com. Well, happening right now in Chicago, it is the Oscars of the culinary world, the James Beard Awards. 6 Oregon restaurants and chefs were named finalists. And in the last few minutes, we learned Gregory Gourdet, the owner and founder of Khan, has won Best Chef in the Northwest and Pacific for the 3rd time. Congratulations. Josh Dorchak of Moss in Ashland was also nominated for that award. Congratulations to him as well. We'll have the full results tonight on KGW News at 11 and, of course, at KGW.com.